Hi guys, we are looking at part 3, part B of our food budget project. Now, for this part, our goal is to do some totals for each category. So the feature of Google Sheets that allows us to quickly find some of these totals, for our case, because we have this big long list of all these different items, it's going to be a filter and a sort. So remember, Google Sheets is here to make our lives easier. It's supposed to be a practical way to do different tasks that we might do in accounting, in science, in business, in our personal lives, right? For your own personal budgeting. But there's so many different applications and jobs that would use Google Sheets. So remember, it's trying to make our lives easier. So if I'm looking over here at vegetables and I need to know my total spent, well, the whole point of this is I don't want to have to look down and be like, okay, there's a vegetable, there's a vegetable, there's a vegetable. Tomatoes, I spent $1.86 on tomatoes, and I spent $3.50 on spinach, and I spent $5.98 on carrots, and then I get out my calculator and I figure that out. All right. Our goal is to not need to do that. So the feature that allows us to do this is this thing right here called a filter. So it looks like a funnel, right? A funnel is something that when you have a lot of liquid, right, and you want to fit it into a small bottle, it helps narrow the liquid down to fit in that bottle. Whenever we have a big set of data and we want to narrow the look of that data, we use something called a filter. So when I created your template, I already put filters on. So where you can see it says turn off filter, that's because they're already on. And I know that because these little triangle arrows, I guess they're just triangles. Those are the filters that I already put on there for you. So just for the sake of you learning about filters, I'm gonna turn off the filters, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and highlight. I'm just dragging and highlighting those header categories. And then if I hit create a filter, now those filters are turned back on. All right, and that's what we're gonna use today. So let's think about which filter we are gonna need to use here. So our goal is to figure out how much did I spend on vegetables. Well, these are all mixed up right now. So I'm going to filter by category. So what I do is I click that triangle and all of these options come up. I could just pick vegetable and look at the total for just vegetable. But I want to show you a couple other features about Google Sheets. So I'm just going to sort these alphabetically. So it's going to start with, the first letter of the alphabet of my categories and go to the end. So I'm going to sort A to Z. And now these are in alphabetical order, and I can see all my vegetables are all down here. All right, so there are several ways you could do this in Google Sheets. I would like you to be more comfortable with a feature called sum, which means add some things up. All right. SUM is the answer to an addition problem. I want to add SOME. I want to add some things up. So let's cut it here. I just want you to get your filtered list. And in the next video, I will show you how to actually fill in this total spent category. We'll just take this in small bites. All right, so get your filters on there. You can see that you're now in alphabetical order. If you want to say, like, I want to see something else, like I want to see my groceries in alphabetical order, that's not really helpful, right? Bananas, black beans, they're in two different categories. So our category alphabetically is what's going to be the most helpful here. All right, I'm going to stop here. Okay, and then we'll start again in a moment.